Wait, what? Berserker technique is A tier now? I mean, of course it's A tier. It's always been A tier. It's A+++ tier. It's just that the monkey hands are finally waking up to the glory of the gorilla technique. So what's so special about the new Tier 4 arc passes that finally gave BT the god tier recognition that it always deserved? It's actually something very simple. The ability to exit rage mode whenever you want. Just press X and anger be gone. So why does a simple chain like that completely change our playstyle? It's because the Berserker's strongest skills have very long cooldown, especially the big four. That is Finish Strike, Hellblade, Overdrive, and Bloody Rush. Fortunately, every time you enter Berserk mode, you actually reset the cooldown for 3 of these skills. Now with the ability to exit Rage mode, you can instantly start building meter as soon as you use all 4 abilities. You want to do this because you can build meter faster than the cooldowns of the big 4 and then take advantage of their reset function. That means the cooldown of those attacks is now based on how quickly you can fill up the meter bar and on the cooldown of your red dust. I give up. I don't think we are ever going to escape the Chains of Red Dust. Ooh, that's a cool metal band name. Chains of Red Dust. Anyway, this simple change leads to a massive overhaul of our skill selection and rotation. So the new meter build rotation is Assault Blade, Mountain Crash, Wind Blade, Tempest Slash, and then again Assault Blade. For this to work, you will need the extra skill points that everyone will get from the level cap being raised from 60 to 70. Then you will use the earliest of those points not on any of your big 4 damage skills, but to level Mountain Crash up to level 10 and unlocking the Earth Shock tripod. You will also run quick recharge runes on Assault Blade, purple wealth runes on Mountain Crash and Tempest Slash, and a legendary wealth rune on Windblade. If you're running driving hit tripod on Tempest Slash, then you will need the Squall tripod on Windblade. Alternatively, if you prefer Storm Slash tripod on Tempest Slash, you can then run Wind Shift on Windblade for more mobility. You can run both Storm Slash and Squall for building extra meter to compensate for situation where you whiff a meter build skill. On Assault Blade, you take Nimble Movement, Focus at level 5, and Counter Strike tripod. Goes without saying that you should grab all the focus tripods on all your meter building skills. The reason for using Assault Blade in Tier 4 is that Adrenaline will become a viable engraving for BT, but a lot of people don't like keeping Adrenaline stacks up. So for them, they can use Brave Slash instead of Assault Blade with a purple wealth rune, and a blue wealth rune on Mountain Crash to be able to build meter in one rotation. You still take the Burst Enhancement tripod on Brave Slash because the reset from the activation is very important for this build to work. And the other most important thing to remember about going Brave Slash is to not use this during your Berserk mode. Otherwise, it will be on cooldown when you forcefully exit Berserk mode and you won't be able to start building meter right away. Once you build your meter, your damage rotation is Activate, Red Dust, Overdrive, Bloody Rush, Finish Strike, and Hellblade. There's a pretty good chance that Hellblade will not land within the Red Dust window, but that is fine because majority of your damage will come from Overdrive, Bloody Rush, and the new T skill, the Hyper Awakening skill. The only tripod change here from the old build is that you switch from Ruthless to Limit Break on Overdrive, which gives you an absolute megaton of damage. And the extra cooldown from the tripod literally does not matter anymore because you can turn off Rage mode, build meter, and reactivate much faster than that cooldown. As for Hellblade, you do not switch to the Earth Flip tripod. And you might be thinking, well, since I can use the charged version of Overdrive, why can't I use the charged version of Hellblade? Well, 2 reasons why you don't want to do that. One is that you wouldn't be able to fit the rotation within the Red Dust window. And 2, Hellblade is one of the best repositioning tools the Berserker has. It's fast and it hits like a truck. Earth Flip Tripod just slows it down too much for it to be a viable option. Majority of our attacks are slow as is, so there's no reason to add more misery to your gameplay than there needs to be. As for the rotation itself, Overdrive must always be the first skill you use. That is because in Tier 4, the Arc Process gives us 2 seconds of push immunity on activation, which does wonders in protecting both Red Dust and Overdrive. If you are a longtime Berserker technique player, then you know how often Red Dust gets interrupted. And that's not all. Combined with the push immunity of Bloody Rush, you have almost 4 to 5 seconds of almost completely uninterruptible damage. It's bananas. So if you do everything right, the way the rotation works out is that you activate, use Red Dust, and then the Big 4, which will take you around 8 seconds to cast everything. Then you turn off your Berserk mode, and by the time you do all of that, your meter gen skills will be coming off cooldown. You then start building meter again, which takes around 8 seconds, so the total cycle of doing damage, exiting Berserk mode, and building meter again takes around 16 seconds, which is coincidentally exactly the cooldown of Red Dust. That is, if you have level 10 gens and around 600 Swiftness. This creates a perfect pump and dump loop. It also makes the cooldown of the 3 of the big 4 skills completely irrelevant, to the point that you actually don't need cooldown gems for them. Other than Finish Strike, you move all other cooldown gems from the big 4 to your meter gain skills. It also turns your class that needs 6 damage gems to one that only needs 4 damage gems and 6 cooldown gems, with 1 free slot. That is massive gold savings, considering how fucking expensive tier 4 gems are going to be. I'm not going to go into the arc passive and builds just yet, since all of that info is still evolving and we haven't gotten tier 4 here in the West to test for ourselves. I'm just focusing on the obvious changes to the gameplay, which for BT has improved significantly. Everyone kept saying that they turned BT into a Punisher Slayer, but this new style of play is far superior to anything the Punisher Slayer can do. For one, Punisher cannot reset their skills, and 2, you can cycle your activation so much faster than the Punisher, it's not even funny. Poor Punisher. I feel bad for Punisher Slayers because this is what Punisher Slayer should feel like. I tried Punisher Slayer for a grand total of 2 days and gave up on it. It doesn't feel anything like Punisher, and I for once cannot wait for tier 4 to arrive here in the West. So rejoice, my fellow gorillas! We are one step closer to reaching the S tier status that is our birthright. We will not be denied. Soon we will be able to obnoxiously rub our superiority in everyone's faces. But until then, keep downplaying the class as much as possible. Until next time, peace.